Undertale, iced tea, mango, energy drink? What the hell? Yeah, you heard me right. Today I will show you how to make Undertale, energy drink, iced tea, mango, whatever in Blender. Very short, very effective, yet very tasty looking project. The idea for this project is to create a cool, dynamic and refreshing animation that won't take too much production time. I decided to do quick cuts and simple fluid simulations. The product I'm focusing on today is iced tea, which isn't a carbonated drink, so I don't have to worry about bubbles. Here's what I want to showcase: can design, droplets on the can, and the overall flavor profile of the product. Let's call this objectives. With these listed, let's move on to storyboard, animatic, and style frame. These are the steps you should spend enough time on. In storyboard step, you will outline your scenes, decide on the transitions you want to use, and write down the actions you want in your shots. Honestly, this step can be very messy, as it's all about pure creativity. Sometimes when you're stuck, it's good time to look for some references. I often search on websites like Behance and Pinterest, but you can also check out YouTube, Vimeo, Dribbble, and Instagram, but feel free to find your own sources of inspiration. These can also help you create a mood board and give you an overall idea on how your video will look like. So here's version 1 of my storyboard. Yeah, I can't draw, and if you can't either, it's fine. Treat this as an extension to your short-term memory. Just draw whatever comes to your mind and refine it later. And here's version 2 of the storyboard. I put all my ideas into Blender, roughly model the scenes, added some creative touches, and voila! My storyboard is ready to go. This is the best way to storyboard if you can't draw. The next step is to create an animatic. It's essentially an animated storyboard. And here you can decide whether you want to animate your video at once or just add most important keyframes and focus on the polished animation later. The last thing to do before jumping into doing final shots is to come up with a style frame. In my case, I kinda had my style frame done. It was the Hope drink product rendered. I uploaded on my Instagram a couple weeks ago. Let's move straight to creating the shots. Shots 1 and 2 are very simple to create. All you need to do is to get your model, set up the lighting, place the camera, and animate. I used a track 2 object constraint to ensure my camera always focuses on one spot of the can. For the second shot, the only animation is a rotation of the empty with camera parented to it, nothing else. Shot 3. Things get more interesting here. My approach was to set up a boolean object and parent it to an empty, which serves as my controller. The mango slices are scaled to fit seamlessly inside the can, so I didn't have to animate the visibility property. I added rotation to the can, subtle rotation for the fruit, and we're good to go! Shot 4. This is essentially what I uploaded to my Instagram the other day, but hey, now it's animated! Isn't that cool? The mango and ice cubes were animated using an amazing add-on called Curvify from CG Matter. Link is in the description. As you all know, with fluid simulations, there's a lot that can go wrong. The first time I rendered this, it was too fast, so I had to spend another hour baking it. The second time, I used a render farm that didn't work with the plugin I used, so I ended up with only a still image for the fluid. The third take was rendered on my good quote-unquote old PC, and it turned out perfect. Shots 5 and 6. For the can opening, I used shape keys. The tabs placement is like that just because I wanted to have Undertale logo in the frame. A more interesting shot is actually the glass shot. Here we have the basic pouring of the drink into glass. There's nothing that could go wrong, right? Wrong! Just like in previous example, the first time it was too fast, the second time it rendered as a still image, and on the third take it was perfect. But enough complaining about human errors, let's talk lighting. I love using subtle lights that just add details, such as rim lights or highlights on the glass. The last element is well-known droplets, added using one of my favorite add-ons, Droplet Generator. I set it with a vertex group to determine when I want my droplets to appear and send this off to rendering. Shot 7. This shot took me only about 5 minutes, so I'll be equally quick in describing it. Just place a can, create a glass-like reflective surface, add ice cubes and mango slices, set up a few lights, and move on to the next step, which is rendering. Yeah, it's literally a step. It's like baking a cake and the person in the video says, this will take you only 90 minutes. Oh, really? Then why does it always take half a day? Duh! And it's similar with rendering. Especially when you use cycles, it can take hours. So wait, stay hydrated, wait. Despite everything, it's still you. Wait, what? A crash? It's me, Karen. Alright, lazy bones, jokes aside. There is something you can do to reduce the render time. You can increase the noise threshold, optimize your textures, use the optics denoiser if your graphics card supports ray tracing, and make sure you're rendering using GPU compute as it's usually faster. So with PNG sequence rendered, let's go to After Effects. Final touches. It's easy stuff now. Use two tools, Lumetri Color and Hue Saturation, to adjust exposure, contrast, colors, etc. All of that to your liking. Some of the transitions in this video were made using the RTFX pack, which contains many great transitions. The only tasks left are to add music, match shots with Animating, add text at the end of the video, send this to render queue, and render out the finale. Here it is, a fresh, still warm animation. Let's watch it and upload this to social medias. Here's how it's performing. Not so shabby, I guess. If you're planning to create something similar, please tag me, as I would love to see what you can come up with. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like, share your thoughts in comment section below, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you enjoyed this format and what videos you would like to see in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.